The pressure, kind of a look at what he was able to do against the Clippers last year. There you see the 14 of 20 from the three-point line. I briefly mentioned this back in the first half. At one point in time, he was 7 for 7 in a game, and like the last 3 or 4 were all heat checks, all that went down. He is a very nice player here for New Orleans, and you line him up with Zion. Boy, that is a tough front line. Hook shot by Valanciunas. Speak of the devil. He shall appear. That's now 10 points for Jonas Valanciunas to go along with 7 rebounds.
Well, he's averaged 10-plus rebounds in the last 4 years, and offensively, he can get it going. Reggie Jackson, offensive foul. Saw that with the shoulder. So Valanciunas gets deep post position against the zone, able to get it inside. And watch Reggie right here. Watch his left shoulder right there. See that little push? Now, again, sometimes an official will call that. Sometimes it'll be a non-call. Or it could be a foul on McCollum. That time, it was an offensive foul on Reggie.
McCollum, closely and wisely guarded by Terrence Mann. Into Murphy, juggles the pass, loses the ball. The two teams swap turnovers here. Under 6 to play. Pelicans by 3. Clippers have led by 11 in this ball game. In the other 2 games that they've had double-digit leads, they've held on to win. So the Clippers 2-0 when leading by 10 or more. The Pelicans 0-2 when they trail by 10. Morris for 3. It's short. Right place, right time for George. Bouncing into defender. Gets a friendly roll and it settles in.
Well, you know, it's funny because PG made 2 tough shots over Valanciunas in the lane, and he had some wide-open rhythm shots that just won't go down. I mean, the game is crazy, man.
Pelicans just 1 for their last 8. McCollum knocks it down, make it 2 for their last 9.
Well, that escape dribble on the baseline, fade away. Not a lot of room to work with.
Giveaway for the Clippers, their 13th. McCollum tries to make him pay in transition. Horseshoes off the iron. Murphy with a high-rise rebound and an acrobatic finish. 68-63.
And Murphy showing that he's just not valuable from behind the three-point line. A little putback after he missed the initial shot.
Batum finds a seam, tied up on the way up. A whistle and a foul.
Now, Trey Murphy, we talked about him, you know, and his ability to shoot the ball, but he is 6'8", with long arms, highly athletic, able on that second bounce, Brian, to beat the Clippers back up and in.
The 17th pick in the 2021 draft. We'll get a good look at Nicholas Batum at the line for a couple as we get a quick word from Cedars-Sinai.
Here for the athletes, the fans, and all your MVPs. Cedars-Sinai, proud to be #1 in California and #2 in the nation.
One more coming in for Nicholas Batum. Bounces off the iron. Not a ton of free throws here this afternoon so far. Total 12. Clippers 5 for 7. Pelicans 3 for 5. Deep defensive stance for Morris. Tries to stay in front of McCollum. Spinning, fading, firing, and filling it up. C.J. McCollum breaking out of that slump that has started the season with him. He now has 18 on 7 of 14 shooting. George lowers the shoulder high off the window. McCollum with the rebound. 4:19 to play in the third. Quick trigger 3 for Devontae Graham. Norm runs into Graham, whistle and a foul, and Devontae Graham will be handed the citation. Should send Norman Powell to the line for a couple of free throws.
I think that's the guy we need to get going to in this third quarter. This is in transition in the secondary break, and the foul was called maybe on the body because straight up and down, Devontae Graham goes up and he lowers his hands right there too, though.
Powell at the strike, coming off the bench today. 12 points so far, makes the first of 2. Hey, Clipper Nation, are you ready for the next matchup against the Lakers? Be there to defend home court as the Clippers battle it out on Wednesday, November 9th. Get your tickets at clippers.com/tickets to secure your seat.
You know, I will say this about the Clippers. Because of the bodies not being healthy in and out the lineup, it puts God doing a coaching staff in a precarious position where they're mixing and matching lineups on a different game-by-game basis, so you never develop the continuity. Sometimes you may have Nicholas Batum playing the 5. So he's out of position. So, like Norman Powell coming off the bench today.
But I feel you could have Batum at the 5 with Covington maybe being there, even sometimes Marcus Morris.
Yeah, but then you're playing out of position, okay? So you're playing a different role. And if that's going on game to game, you never develop that kind of continuity you need to develop. You're talking about ultimately winning the championship. You want to have some kind of consistency, but early in the season, that's what Clippers have to deal with.
It is a long season, and I think we all need to remember that as Batum in the corner for 3. Again, not even past Halloween. This is the season for overreactions. There's no question about it. McCollum inside, no. Batum with the rebound. 3:15 to play. Wall. Jackson swings it back up top to Morris, sets his feet and fires the 3. Ball hits the baseline and goes out of bounds and back to the Pelicans, who lead by 5.
And I'm going to put a button on this. And the reason why I say it, especially on the offensive end, if you play a Covington and Nick Batum at the 5, offensively, they're playing in different positions and doing different tasks than they would if they were at the 3 or 4.